In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use our new hemp cord to make beautiful friendship bracelets. The item number for this card of cording is HM2416. It has 4 different colors on it, and it's the Razzle Dazzle color scheme. There's many different types of friendship bracelet patterns to learn. The type that we're going to be learning today is the Chevron pattern. To begin, unravel the first color on your cording card, and you're going to unravel about an arm's length, so about 1 meter worth of cording. Cut this from the spool and then measure out another length of that same color cording in the exact same length as before. Continue doing that for all 4 of the colors that are on your card. After you're through with that, you're going to have 8 cords, 2 colors each. With all of your cording, tie an overhand knot and leave about 3 inches worth of tail at the end. Now, as you can see on our demo bracelet here, we have the overhand knot up here at one end of the bracelet, but on the other end of the bracelet, we've done a bit of braiding right before we did our overhand knot. If you want to, you can do some braiding, just simple braiding. Break this up into 3 cords, 2 cords, and then another 3 cords, and do a simple braid for about 1 inch. So to make things nice and simple, I'm going to start right into my pattern from here without doing any braiding. In order to effectively create this bracelet, you'll need to affix your cording to a flat working surface. I have a binder clip here affixed to the back of a jewelry display pad. You can always use a clipboard, or you can tape down the knot to a countertop using packing tape or some really heavy Scotch tape. So I'm simply going to take the tail and fit it right into the end, right there. Now I'm going to turn the board just a bit so that I can work with it, but I am going to show you exactly what I'm doing. In order for this to show up with the exact same distinct color, row for row, you're going to separate your colors like this. So before you start off on this pattern, try to make an imaginary line going between the 2 groups of 4 cords. So over here on the left-hand side, we're going to start things off with the blue, pink, green, and yellow. Then you do the reverse for the right side, yellow, green, pink, blue. You're going to be doing essentially the same knot on either side, you're just going to be doing the reverse. What I mean by that is you have a forward knot and you have a backward knot. Over here on your left-hand side, you're going to be working with a forward knot. Make a 4 with your cording. You'll notice that the outside is over the inside color. Bring it around and back up like this. Then, holding on to this pink cord, I'm going to bring the blue cord up like so. Now when you're doing this, you have to make sure that you do this 2 times for each cording. So we did our first one, here's the second. You're going to pull it fairly tight, but you don't want to make it too tight. Nice and snug is actually what we're looking for. Now what's going to happen is this blue cording is going to take the place of the pink, and the pink is going to change and be set off to the side. So now your pink is the outside color, with your blue being the inside color. So now you can decide to work the rest of this left-hand side, or you can come over to the right-hand side and just kind of mirror each cording as you're going along. Just to make things nice and easy here at the beginning, we're going to do just that. So over here on the right hand side, I've picked up my blue and pink cording again, and now we're going to do a backward knot. Take this blue cording and make a backwards looking 4 over the pink cording with it. Bring the blue over the top and around the back. You're going to hold on to this pink cording and then pull the blue cording so that the knot is snug up at the top of the bracelet. Make another backwards 4 over the pink cording and then pull the blue outside cording so that the knot cinches up against the previous knot. Again, you're not going to pull this extremely tight. Now this blue cording will be on the inside and the pink cording will be on the outside. Okay, so again, we're going to pick up the blue cord. This again is going to be our outside cord. This green is going to be our inside cord. And again, we're looking at making a 4. This blue cord will lay on top of the green cord, come around the back, and then pull tight, and then do it again. The green now has become our outside cord and the blue is still our inside cord. We can move this green cord off to the side. We're done with that for this row. Coming over here to the right hand side, the green is the inside, the blue is the outside. Make a backwards 4. Bring the cording around, hold on to that green, and then pull, and then repeat again. Backwards 4, take the blue cord around, and pull. Okay, and we can move that green off to the side. Now all that we're left with is the yellow cording here on the inside. Pick that up, and you're going to do just like you've done before. The blue is the outside cording, the yellow is the inside cording. Make a 4, blue cording goes around, and then pull snug. And then you can take that yellow and you can put that over there with the green and pink cords. Now to reposition, and let me show you what happens here on the right hand side. And again, just like before, backwards 4, bring it around, pull, backwards 4 again, around, pull. Okay, so we have the beginning of our knotting, but now we have these 2 blue cords that have become our 2 inside cords. Well, what do we do with these? At this point, it's up to you. You can do either a forward or backward knot with these 2 cords. I like doing forward knots. So I'm going to make a 4, bring it around and back, just like I've always done with the other cording on this bracelet. And you do it twice, just like you've done with all the other cording on this bracelet. Now you can bring all of your cording back down again. Now you're ready to move on to your next row. This pink cording is now going to be your outside cording, so you're going to treat it like you did the blue cording before. Repeat all your steps as you've done before and continue to repeat them until you have the length bracelet that you're looking for. Here's something that I want to show you really quick. When you continue to go through every single row, it's going to end in a point. To finish off your bracelet so that it's nice and flat, begin to work the first 2 rows on your bracelet. But you're not going to go all the way to the center. So with this blue, I did the first 2 strings. On this yellow one, I only did the first string. That'll leave you with all of these free strings here that when they get tied together or you begin your braiding, you're going to have a nice flat end. From here, you're going to take the rest of your cording and you can either end it in an overhand knot, just like you did over here on this other end of this bracelet, if that's what you decided to do. Or if you began your bracelet with braiding, you can end it with braiding over here on this end. Only go for about an inch, end in an overhand knot, and then trim up the rest of your cording so that it's nice and neat. These friendship bracelets are typically made with the idea that you wear them until they fall off. What would wind up happening is a bracelet would be made for somebody, the bracelet would be tied onto that person's wrist with a dream or a wish in mind. Then the person wears it around until the bracelet falls off, which, at that point in time, the dream or the wish comes true. So you can either keep this for yourself or give it to a friend. It's an easy and fun way to celebrate the upcoming summer season.